My whole thing was just don't get last. That was it. Like I was like, that was my only goal. Don't get last.
Oh, let's go.
All right, man. My name's Caleb Cowan, and I'm one of the most recent additions to USA Climbing's Paraclimbing Team USA.
The Nationals team.
The national team, yeah, man. I've been climbing since late June of last year. After becoming an amputee, I participated in a ton of different sports, but really didn't find anything that kind of like made me feel the same way as a bunch of other things used to.
What's your favorite sport other than that?
Oh man, so I used to ride downhill mountain bike. I ran a ton of ultra marathons.
This is before everything.
Yeah, before everything. Since my injury, I've still done winter sports, skiing, snowboarding, spearfishing, mountain biking, everything.
Dude, that's sweet. And then you moved into the RV.
Yeah, man. Last summer, I'd been working I've been working a corporate job and kind of got sick of it in the traditional, 9 to 5, keeping up with the Joneses. So I kind of sold all my stuff and moved into an RV, and I've been living like a dirtbag, man.
So what's it like for you being an adult, going into the World Championship, having responsibilities, having a job?
It's challenging because just outside of training and everything else, I'm a full-time grad student. I'm also a dad, a single dad by myself doing this, and there's so much that goes into it. But also the financial resources really aren't there yet, especially for paraclimbing because it's still in its infancy. So for paraclimbing, there's not really a lot of avenues to get the training and the travel that you need to compete all in one place. The World Cup is a multiple part series. The first series is going to be Salt Lake City, and that's going to be in early May. And then after that, they have Austria in late June. And then following Austria, I believe, is Paris with no date yet. Limb difference is a big component of paraclimbing, of course, because somebody with, for my example as an amputee, like I have my knee, but I only have like an inch of tibia below it. But that's still different than somebody that has no knee. Or then, somebody that's missing 5 toes is different than somebody that's missing an ankle. Same thing with upper extremities, missing your wrist here versus here versus here. It's all different, but everybody does climb the same routes too. And so when you go into climbing these same routes with limb differences, but also the difference on side that it's amputated or that it's missing as well. And then kind of my theory that I've been positing is that essentially setters with indoor climbing, it's extremely subjective, right? So it's made by a human for a human. And so with indoor setting, I've found that a lot of routes are predominantly set towards a right limb bias, having your right leg or your right arm. And that, I feel like that's just kind of the nature of the beast with most people being right-handed and playing to their own strengths or just what they're used to. So I don't think that it's an intentional thing at all, but I definitely think that it exists for sure. I notice a lot of times that a lot of routes will have very big, powerful moves will be on the right limb, the right side, and the right foot, and a lot of the more tame or controlled moves are on the left. I think that would just be super cool to see is that having a mirrored route. So, you have the exact same route, but it's set left bias on this side and right bias on the other. Because then when you're comparing amputees in the same category, but they have different limbs, they're able to climb the exact same route as it relates to their disability.
Where can we watch the championships? Is there a specific place?
Yeah, the IFSC should update their website. USA Climbing and the IFSC should update their website with live stream information for the World Cup. For me and a lot of other athletes, we're not sponsored, we're not making big bucks doing this. We're, spending our time and our money to go do this. So with that comes a lot of fundraising. The excess money that I get through fundraising, ultimately this year I'm trying to find new climbers. I want to take 5 new friends with me next year to go compete at nationals, because the only way that this sport's going to grow is to get more and more people into it. So just having the opportunity to come be on on the national paraclimbing team and like represent USA. Like that's awesome. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. It's Crash Test Cowan, my last name. Crash Test in Cowan.
Where'd you get that name, dude?
Dude, honestly, I've just always kind of my joke in my inner circle of friends and everything is I'll do pretty much anything that's fast or dumb enough to get you killed. So I've kind of always lived my life as kind of like a crash test dummy. So I figured that was kind of fitting. No, is there something else? Okay. Yeah, man. Cool.
So much,
Yeah,
dude.
thanks, bro. For sure. Bro, come here. Come here. Sit.